Tyreek Hill is going to retire after the 2025 NFL season. He's announced that. I'm going to be done after 10 years, essentially, is what he's saying. What's the impact of this? I mean, at the end of the day, no one's expecting him to be balling out in 2026. So while it's almost not news, it does put a finite amount of time. His shelf life has been defined. And that does something to the psyche. It does something to people. So in Dynasty, it's got a significant impact, even though it shouldn't. And trading him away with a shelf life already defined and mapped out is going to make it really, really hard. So we're going to talk about this from an emergency fantasy football live stream perspective. File on in.
FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show.
Live! Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, Tyreek Hill, here to just make me go live and discuss a topic I don't necessarily need to be talking about right here at 8:15 a.m. in Arizona. But, you know, it is what it is. We don't sleep here, okay? And Tyreek Hill says something, we jump, and we come out here and discuss it. Now, this is like almost no news, because like at the end of the day, does anybody really believe that this guy's playing at an elite level walking into 2026? No. We're talking about 2023, 2024, 2025. Tyreek Hill said he plans to retire after the 2025 season. Now, if he was going to retire after the 2024 season, that would make more of a splash, I think, in my mind. But the bottom line is this. You got people talking about it all over. Sometimes we go live to shoot down a topic. Sometimes we go live to confirm a topic. Sometimes we go live to give our opinion on something. It's just buzzing and people are just DMing me. I'm seeing comments everywhere. I think at the end of the day, though, this is impacting in Dynasty. It makes no impact in redraft other than it puts it on the mind that this guy might be old. Like, people are weird. People are fickle. People are strange birds out there in the fantasy football space. And when you hear this guy's already going to retire, sometimes you get a worried William that might be like, hey, Smitty, does this mean that he might not make it through the 2023 fantasy football season? And it's weird. It's weird. Our psyche, our mind, this is the psychology in fantasy football. Your boy's got a psych degree, and I got it a long time ago, but I feel like I'm allowed to dabble. I feel like I'm allowed to dabble in the world of psychology, especially relating it to the fantasy football mindset. And this does something to a worried William or a Bob that's just out there navigating the world, trying to do his stuff, trying to do Bob things. And Bob runs across this news and it confuses Bob. Bob says, Smitty, what does this mean? Is he retiring right now? I get so many weird questions off something like this. No, it's very clear. He was asked, how long do you think you'll play, Tyreek? I think I'll play until I'm going to walk away after 10 years. I'm going to walk away after the 2025 season. Now, there was an initial concern that he meant 2024. To my knowledge, that is not true. We'll obviously update things if something changes, but it sounds like he's stepping away after the 2025 season. After he plays 10 years, he's played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It makes sense. So, confirmed. I confirmed it right now. Breaking news. The other one person saying retired 2024, 2025. I've seen different reports. He's saying he'll step away after 10 years. He's not playing good in 2026 anyway. His hamstring's going to be paper thin. His hamstring will be as thin as this right here. And it doesn't matter, but Bob is not going to trade for him any longer. You're trying to trade away Tyreek Hill in your league right now. Anybody want Tyreek Hill? Bob would have taken him. Bob would have said, what if he plays 4 or 5 years? I mean, he's a fast guy. He's a quick little guy. He's such a fast dude. Maybe it's possible. Bob's not expecting it, but it's possible. Now that it's not possible, Bob's not trading for him. No one's trading for Tyreek Hill. If you're going to trade him in a dynasty league, you got to find an ambulance chaser, and you got to go to that player. And there's 50 of you in here already. Punch that thumb up button. We got rookie numbers. We got 9 thumbs up. 9 thumbs up. 9 people have wiped their feet in this live stream. Wipe your feet, please. You got to go to some ambulance chaser fantasy football trader and say, hey, come get Tyreek Hill, but you got to get creative. You got to give up. If you're getting rid of him in Dynasty, you got to go get another doubted player, Kyle Pitts. You have to go after a potential draft pick that doesn't have tangible value yet. Those are the ways to trade Tyreek Hill. You're not going to get rid of Tyreek Hill for what you think you're going to get rid of him for. Him coming out and saying, I've got a shelf life that's defined, it's finite, that did you in terms of going and getting exactly what you want. It really did. It really put a cap on your situation. It really put him in a box that he can't get out of now. And so in Dynasty, you're going to probably have to ride him until the wheels fall off in 2025. And the crazy part is, I don't know that he's even playing elite football at 2025. That is 3 years from now. That is the 2023 season, the 2024 season, and then his said to be final 2025 season. We don't even know if he's going to play elite football during that 2025 season. So it's like, this is no news. It's a nothing burger piece of news, but it's impacting to the mind, to the psychology of the man that you're trading with. And you say, hey, Bob, take Tyreek Hill. No, I'm not doing it. He's stepping away from the game. Didn't you hear he's retiring? Not for 3 years. I don't know. It was definitely worth reporting on. We definitely need to discuss it. What can you even trade him for? Those topics are very, very in my purview. And I'm definitely here to assist on that. But at the end of the day, this isn't really even news. But it is what it is. And I'm here to do it. And I'm here to do it live. So let's get to the phone lines. Tell me what you think. What kind of trades can we cook up?
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Let's do it. Oh, why is it so dark in here? Ziggy, studio on. Ziggy, activate. There, a little bit of lighting that was off. There we go. I was wondering what was going on. I mean, it's so early. I thought, you know what? There's no sun in here. But I thought it's a little early. That's why it's a little darker than normal. Just my eyeballs haven't adjusted yet. But no, the Zigmeister didn't do his job. He didn't do his job. He didn't turn on fully. I think Duke could have 3 more charges by then, says D-Class. That's harsh on Tyreek Hill, bro. Tyreek Hill is pretty... Are we talking about somebody else? I don't know. Maybe you're talking about somebody else, because Tyreek Hill, I don't think, has done much. Let's see here. We got Space Ricky. I'll buy Hill if the Dynasty owner panics. That's the other thing we're going to get into. Is there going to be somebody? Maybe somebody watches this live stream. Goes out and tries to trade him right away. Like, there's a market for buying low on players like this. There is. There's a market. There's definitely a... Like, you can trade away a player that I don't really love. Let's kick around some ideas. Let me go through the fantasyfootballshow.com rankings, year-round fantasy football rankings. Let's take a gander at the rankings, and let's drop a couple names, shall we, that look like potential dynasty trade opportunities for Tyreek Hill connoisseurs. So when we look at, let's say a player like, oh boy, hey, you know what? I got an idea. Why not Devontae Adams? Why not Devontae Adams, who hasn't defined his shelf life, but really is no different. In fact, it's worse because he's got Jimmy Garoppolo not throwing him the football in 2023. You see what I did there? He's got Jimmy Garoppolo not throwing him the football in 2023. He's going to start unraveling a lot quicker than Tyreek Hill. That would be a crafty sidestep. Hey, take a second rounder, Bob. Bob, Devontae Adams is not. There's no plans of him stepping away at all. Yeah, he's fine. He should be playing. He should be well underway. His career is still going to be kicking in 4 years from now. I mean, people are weird. People are weird. That would be a weird sidestep. Might be able to throw something in to make it worthwhile. I don't know. Godwin. I'd trade Godwin for Tyreek Hill. Give me 3 years of Tyreek Hill over a situation that I don't know what I'm looking at over in Tampa. Evans, Godwin. Sure. Let's see here. Hopkins. You know what? Yeah, there's another one. Hopkins would be a pretty solid trade, right? Hopkins doesn't have 3 years. Give me Tyreek Hill. I mean, it's going to be really hard to get Tyreek Hill straight up, but maybe you see a lesser value in Tyreek Hill enough to give up like something and Hopkins to the person's thinking about the something. You know, no one's gonna give you Tyreek Hill for Hopkins straight up, but you couldn't even sniff Tyreek Hill with Hopkins in Dynasty before this news. Maybe now you can if you offer a second rounder, a couple of second rounders, a different player that you don't need. I can't keep up, Smitty. You keep pumping them out. That's what I'm talking about, dog. Appreciate you. Kadarius Toney and something. Brandon Ayuk for Tyreek Hill. I give up all those guys. Like those make sense, guys. Those are really, really good opportunities potentially at the running back position, cross position trading. Aaron Jones for Tyreek Hill. You couldn't even sniff that before this, but maybe somebody bites on that needs an RB. Josh Jacobs doesn't have more value than Tyreek Hill in Dynasty. I don't care what Jacobs just did. I give up Jacobs in a heartbeat for Tyreek Hill, something you might not have been able to do had somebody not had the mental disruption of hearing that he might retire when he should retire anyway. You know, it's like, what are we talking about? Monty, we got a guy we like, but I don't know if I like long-term Monty. Trade Monty in a heartbeat. Bro, I mean, there's so many options. Miles Sanders, I trade Miles Sanders for Tyreek Hill in a heartbeat. Something you can't do straight up, but something you couldn't even sniff before this news. Maybe now you can if you add something else in it. Those are all ideas. Those are all ideas to kick around to potentially get rid of Tyreek Hill. Or to get Tyreek Hill, to acquire Tyreek Hill, to acquire this man that's announced his retirement party. Now you can go get him in Dynasty just a little bit cheaper and probably, let's see, Godwin and Kareem Hunt for Hill. Absolutely. And that, again, I don't know that you're even going to get that. I want to make that abundantly clear, but that you certainly weren't going to sniff it before this news. This news is just weird. It's weird because it doesn't matter. We already know this to be true. If anybody expected Tyreek Hill to play elite football the fourth season from today, 2023, 2024, 2025, walk into 2026 playing elite football, you're out of your mind. And I appreciate you. But I mean, this does nothing but people are just going to panic. I don't know. Take advantage. Take advantage. If redraft doesn't affect anything, it might affect somebody's thinking, oh, yeah, like I said earlier, Bob might just say, well, wait a minute. If he's already expecting to retire, Smitty, Tyreek Hill might be losing it. And therefore, I'm going to drop him 3 draft slots overall. I see what's going on here. Tyreek can't slip this past me. Something's up. Like, sure, redraft, maybe. Maybe there's a little bit of a one draft slot effect for a couple Bobs out there. And let it happen. Tyreek Hill's going to have a baller season. Tyreek Hill is a worry. I even said last year, Tyreek Hill with his hamstring situation, like not that he has one yet, but the quick twitch hamstring speedy dudes, they end up like wearing that hamstring down to paper thin width very, very quickly in their career. Like Tyreek Hill, think Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson's still so quick, but he goes out there and he injures himself every single. Like Tyreek Hill's eventually going to start getting hurt, and so he's a case by case, year after year guy anyway. Like this is a player, Tyreek Hill, that you're coming into each season going, okay, let's reevaluate. Just like McCaffrey, you should not expect more than one season at a time out of McCaffrey. You should not expect more than one season at a time out of really any of the old dog running backs like Henry and Cook and Eckler, and those are all one year at a time. If you come in here and you say, Smitty, I think Eckler's got a couple more years left, you are an Eckler fan, okay? You are an Eckler fan. You are a person that is nostalgic with your fantasy football players. You're not thinking objectively, and that's okay. I have some of those moments. I have some of those players. I'll give you one guess of a player that I may not think objectively on. People are getting burrowed left and right, and people are going to remember it.
Get burrowed.
However, I don't think it's affecting anything right now because he's in his prime. But, like, could I maybe see something down the road or not see something down the road that other people might? May I not see ghosts coming? May I not see a decline coming? Maybe. My inobjectivity for the Bengals and Joe Burrow doesn't affect anything because it's all legit stuff right now. Like, I don't think I'm being off base on anything. But I'm just saying, I could understand a little confusion when it comes to a player you pump up a lot and you like a lot. And I'm not very connected or biased toward anything because I literally wear a different hat when I talk about fantasy football. I don't let Cardinal talk affect me. I honestly don't let too much Joe Burrow or anything like that really affect me. I might feel like that's the case for me, but really it's me just pumping up what I really believe in to an extreme degree. Keep in mind, I love Javonte Williams. Look how objective I am with Javonte Williams because we don't know if he'll be ready to go for 2023, let alone be himself, let alone not be facing crazy competition. I'm very objective when it comes to fantasy football, but I kid a little and just say that, look, there's value to be had everywhere when players are in the news, okay? Tyreek Hill is in the news right now. There's a way to take advantage of this if you're smart. There's a way to chase this situation, go running into the fire and say, give me Tyreek. Oh, my God, he's retiring in 3 years, Bob. Bob, I'll take him off your hands. Did anybody really think he'd play well as 4 seasons from now? With this guy twitching those hamstrings off, firing him at 100,000% every time, it's going to be a paper-thin hamstring situation within 2 years from now. McCaffrey, Tyreek Hill, Hopkins, these are all 1 year at a time players. So, I guess the question at hand now, the Waddle in the room, the elephant in the room would be Waddle. What's this mean for Waddle? What does this mean for Waddle? Well, for starters, not a whole lot objectively, but mentally, the psychology in fantasy football, there's a lot of reason to think that Waddle just got a little bit of a bump in value from people that they're going to think that way. You know, something like this comes up. It's like, now this is Waddle's team. Oh, my God. Did you hear Tyreek Hill's retiring his 4th season from now? That means it's Jalen Waddle's team. Jalen Waddle time. It's Jalen Waddle time. Giddy up, Smitty. I told you Waddle was good, Smitty. Look, I mean, here's the crazy part. You want to hear an objective take? This is objective. You can get mad at me all you want. You Waddle supporters can get mad. I like Waddle. Waddle's a good player. There's no reason to think that Tyreek Hill, if let's say he lasted 3 full seasons and retired entering his 4th season. So if he sticks to his plan, he retires after 2025, which, might I remind you, he may change his mind. He may get to 2025 and go, I feel pretty good. I'm going to play again. So let's not act like this can't be undone. Number one. And money can't talk. Maybe he needs money then. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he steps away at 2024. No one knows. But there's a real shot that Waddle doesn't have this like amazing career past 2025, 2026 anyway. Like, there's some thinking, and you could say cap, Smitty.
That is cap.
You could say cap on this if you want. It's fine. There's some thinking that this guy's going to run into some injury issues too, because he's been banged up a lot. He hasn't missed like one game, but he's been banged up a lot. I'm talking about Waddle. it's not the craziest take in the world to be like, hey, 3 or 4 years from now, I don't know what to expect out of Waddle. You know, he's played 2 already, so you give him 4 years, that's 6 seasons. Players come and go in 6-7 years all the time. I'm not saying Waddle for sure will, but if you're right now thinking I need Waddle versus Hill in Dynasty, I don't know that you're looking at this from the most objective lens. In fact, if I own Waddle, maybe I'm trading Waddle for Tyreek plus some in a Dynasty league. Maybe that's a real nice opportunity, because if Tyreek has 2 to 3 more years left versus 3, why not take advantage of that value? A lot of Dynasty leagues crumble in 2 or 3 years. You know, you don't even know if your Dynasty league is going to be around. I don't think like what Travis just said here. This is the way I feel about it. And I think I just mapped it out pretty much in this fashion. Waddle worries me now. Forget about 2025. This news doesn't do anything for me, is what I'm trying to say. This news about Tyreek Hill stepping away for sure after 3 more seasons does nothing for Waddle's dynasty value in my mind, but it does for other people. And so therefore you take advantage when you can. Oh, Waddle's got a real defined future now. Attention, Waddle's for sale. We just got an uptick in value. We know Waddle's value just increased. And now I'm selling him for double, like a Bitcoin. His value fluctuates, but it's back on the up. I'm selling Waddle right now. He costs double. Come get him. That's what I'm doing. If I own Waddle, I'm selling him off this news. Because it doesn't do anything. It means nothing. It doesn't mean anything for Waddle's longevity. Doesn't mean anything for anything. It's Tyreek Hill hasn't changed in value in my mind in Dynasty or Redraft. Waddle hasn't changed in value in my mind in Dynasty or Redraft. And it's all moving parts. Move this part for Tyreek Hill. I'm probably buying Tyreek Hill more than I'm selling Tyreek Hill off of this news. I'm probably selling Waddle more than keeping him, if I can, off of this news. If I can actually turn a profit in a way that makes sense to get rid of him. If I can flip him now for whatever if I drafted him, traded for Waddle. I just love the fact that Hill might have got cheaper than Waddle should. This might have changed. Smitty's right, though. A lot of people are very high on Waddle. There's opportunity. Hod's catching up on last night's video, okay? Phone lines are opened. Dial in if you want to talk about this. We got Super Steven. Super Steven, you're live on the Fantasy Football Show, pal.
Hey, what's going on, Smitty?
What's up, Super?
Super Steve, yep. Okay, so I know you're talking about Tyreek Hill right now. Do you remember the trades I was talking about with Lawrence?
No.
Okay, so I was basically trying to move Lawrence because I had Mahomes and Fields, and I was trying to move him in the 109 to get into that top 5. I don't know if you remember that conversation.
Kinda. Okay, so 109 and T-Law.
Yeah.
109 and T-Law for what pick?
It was just to get into the top 5 to try to see if I could get Bijan. But I wasn't able to really get that. But in that same league, I have Tyreek Hill. And I'm in a win now mode. And I was just seeing, like, even if you're in win now, are you still trying to shop Tyreek Hill?
Did you hear anything I just said?
Well, I just kind of tuned in a few minutes ago.
Okay.
So.
No problem. Let me sum it up for you. Don't ever feel like you can't ask me a question you think I've already addressed. I'm just kind of joking with you, but
okay, yeah. Sorry.
I mean, I'm buying Tyreek Hill off of this news more than I'm selling him. Because, bro, 2026 is a 4th season from now. Did anybody in their right mind expect Tyreek Hill to be balling out a 4th season from today? I don't think so. So, like, this just puts
but you're not going to need him at that point if you're in win now, you know?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you never expected him to be balling out anyway. So if you're acquiring him or holding him or doing nothing's changed. just because Tyreek Hill mapped out the obvious, people are going to be talking about it. They're going to be thinking, oh, now I can't get rid of him. Or now maybe I shouldn't acquire him. Like I just said a minute ago, I would trade Waddle for Tyreek Hill to get something else and just enjoy the 2 to 3 years that Hill could give you. And Waddle, who knows if Waddle's even going to be balling out 6 years from now, 5 years from now. He's always banged up, and he's
Probably
like I said.
not.
So I just look. I get rid of. You said you have, or you're acquiring, or you're getting rid of Tyreek.
No. That same league I have Mahomes and Fields in, Tyreek Hill is my wide receiver 1, along with Jamar Chase.
Yeah,
so I'm sitting pretty good with them.
I'm not trading Tyreek Hill unless I'm getting something really good, like I'm getting like a London, a Christian Watson maybe, and something, or you're considering like guys that could replace Tyreek Hill and be a baller for 6, 7, 8 years. That's a player I want. Olave, you're not going to get Olave for Tyreek Hill straight up, but what if you gave up a couple second rounders, a second rounder? What if you
could? I feel like I could in a 10-team league.
Yeah, I mean, I'd trade Tyreek Hill for Olave in a millisecond if it's a dynasty league. In a millisecond, bro. I would trade.
Interesting.
Yeah, I got an Olave as a top 5 wide receiver in 2023 video up. So check out the last video.
Yeah, I saw that actually. I saw that.
Yeah, so in a dynasty league, millisecond. In a redraft, you're drafting Tyreek Hill ahead of Olave. But we're talking about dynasty right here and your situation. So
yeah,
limited keepers a little different too. That there's less value in a limited keeper. It's not so much like the dynasty mindset if you're talking about limited keeper. But yeah,
okay.
I mean,
yeah, I'm just gonna ride him. I think I'm just gonna ride him.
Pause. Do it. All right. Hey, what else? What else you got?
No, that was it. Just wanted some input on Tyreek Hill now that I saw you making a video on him. But other than that, I'm cool.
Yeah. All right. Call back if you have another question. I'll be here. Later, pal.
All right, no problem.
I mean, there are going to be different perspectives on this, but there shouldn't be. To be honest with you, there shouldn't be. I know some Jalen Waddle truthers are going to come in and say he's going to be a top 5 wide receiver for the next 10 years. You'll see, Smitty. You're going to pay. But, yeah. Finn should take JSN. What's up, Ryan? I don't think the Finns should take JSN unless they get rid of. Somebody said the title is misspelled. What did I do? I was moving fast. The title is misspelled. Tyreek Hill says he will retire after 2025 NFL season. Fantasy impact. You're right. Fantasy impact. Thank you. Fixed. Thank you. Fantasy football. You guys play fantasy football before? Fantasy football is a real good sport. That's what the Bobs play. All right, let's take another phone call. Dial in. Give me a Tyreek Hill or Waddle conversation point. Hit that thumb up button. We got 62 eyeballs in here, and only less than half of you have punched the thumb up button and wiped your feet at the front door of this facility. So let's do it live, okay? Fantasy football. Waddle number 6 pick for a reason. Yep. He's a good player. Cam Newton dropped his list of QBs to back up to. Yeah. I'm sure. Look, hey, I think Waddle. I think Cam is actually a pretty decent backup. And if I'm the Cardinals, I pick him up in a heartbeat and I start him. And that's a good prospect for Cam, because you could say, Cam, you can go back up Jalen Hurts. You can go back up in a ring chase if you want. However, you can start 4, 5, 6, 7 games, maybe half a season on the Cardinals watch here while we get Kyler ready. And man, I would love that. I would love that as an Arizona Cardinal. If I was in charge of making decisions, I'd bring Cam in and I'd offer him whatever I needed to. I definitely would. Jay Frake says Hill knows he messed up by picking the Dolphins. off the hope that Brady would come. I don't know. He's had a pretty decent time there, and the Dolphins are contenders, at least. I don't know that, I'm not saying they're going to win, but they're contenders. Now the Jets are about to get Rodgers, Hill's other choice at the time. Now Hill is stuck with Tua, especially with his, I don't know if he feels that way. He loves Tua. He loves Tua, and Tua played pretty well. I think that if you're objective, though, you realize Tua is not staying upright. So you got to ask yourself if Mike White's going to do a good job. I think he could. Certainly could. That would be a great fit for the Cardinals. It sure would. Cam Newton and Kyler, both scrambling quarterbacks. It makes a whole lot of sense. I just hope that it's potentially in the cards for the Cardinals. Cam shouldn't have played with Carolina and their trash offense last season, says Hod. Tua is one hit away from retirement, exactly. But I still think not everybody on that roster or in that staff or Miami Mike understands that. You got the NFLPA talking about how he's no more likely to suffer a concussion than any other player in the NFL, which is a bunch of crap. Going after Lamar after the NFL draft is key for the Miami Dolphins, but I don't think they'll do it. They can't go after him now. They don't have a first-round pick, so they can't partake in the offer sheet process. But once the Miami Dolphins, who lost their first-rounder here, once the 2023 NFL draft is over, the Miami Dolphins will have 2 immediate first-rounders, and they can partake in the potential sweepstakes for Lamar Jackson. And they should be doing that. I don't think they will, but they should be. Caden with a super chat. Appreciate you, Caden. To the moon. You go, young man. You go to the moon, sir. When you drop a super, traded away Javonte and Waddle for Bijan and Dynasty. The reason Caden looks like he's calculating something is because he is. He's calculating his dominance upon his league mates. I love Javonte. I do. I love Javonte, but Javonte is an unknown, ambiguous piece of fantasy football draft capital right now that is potentially a good trade away if you can get into something like Bijan that is an absolute gem of a situation. As much as I like Waddle, as much as I like Javonte, in Dynasty, I Smitty approve this thinking and this move. Caden, you got my okay. Even though some people might say they wouldn't do it, you got my okay, bro.
You've just been Smitty approved.
This is not saying I don't like Javonte. This is not saying that Javonte can't bounce back. This is me saying you made a smart move and you got the arguably the number 1 overall player in Dynasty fantasy football in this trade, and you gave up a wide receiver that in Dynasty would be drafted in the 2nd to 3rd round, probably 2nd, and Javonte, who's going in probably 5th or 6th or 7th or who knows where territory. And so what'd you do? You got the number 1 overall player. To move Waddle, a 2nd rounder at best, into round 1 and maybe to the number 1 overall draft slot in Bijan, it's going to require...
Motion detected at the backyard.
It's going to require a Javonte. Ziggy, show me the backyard. I fixed Ziggy, by the way, and that really is the backyard now. The front yard is the front yard. The backyard is the backyard. So this is probably just Miss Smitty doing laundry. Ziggy, show me the backyard. Yeah, okay. That's what it is. Although, yeah. Ziggy off. Okay. Somebody dial in. Hill's putting the pressure on the Dolphins organization to go get Lamar. I mean, let's hope that's what it is, bro. But the Dolphins can't go get Lamar on an offer sheet until after the 2023 NFL draft because it requires a 2023 first rounder. So everyone's being coy. Everyone's being quiet. Bill Belichick. Hey, Bill, are you interested in Lamar? I don't know. Lamar? Who's Lamar? Lamar who? Lamar Jackson. I don't know who that is. Next question. Bill, what'd you have for lunch today? None of your business. Ziggy, show me the front door. Man, is this Miss Smitty again? She's moving all around. Yeah, she's all over the place. Ziggy off. Just monitoring my own people in my own domicile. The Finns picked up Tua's fifth-year option. Lamar is probably off the table. Not necessarily Jesus, because there's so many things that could happen, bro. We have no idea if Lamar Jackson suffered some sort of concussion in judo class as he's trying to mimic falling down, mimic hitting his head, mimic, or taking a fall. Like, we don't even know. It could be a private, behind closed doors injury. Like, this guy could get concussed doing anything. And so there's a real opportunity, and when I say opportunity, I mean like a bad one, that this guy gets concussed before Lamar's even off the table. You know what I'm saying? So it's 100% something that I think everyone should be concerned about. All right, dial into the show. Phone number's on screen.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Miami loves Tua. Miami Mike loves Tua. He does. 2025 is a while from now, says Travis. TB12, Patriots for another Super Bowl. No. Hill putting pressure on the Dolphins. I think I got to most all this. Also, if the NFL games were 3 quarters long, Matt Ryan would be the greatest QB of all time, says Hod. I don't know what you guys are arguing about at this point. Smash trade. I'm talking about the Bijan trade. Yeah, I like that. And thanks again for the super chat. Caden's the man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm waiting on a caller. I'm waiting on some good conversation, something to debate here. The Cincy kid says, "What's up, peoples? Appreciate you, Cincy. Cincy to the moon." I saw something else here. This is facts right here. That's Fire says Bijan is him. And let's see here. Since Smitty works for us, the people, we got to pay him. That's right, Positive Noah. Thank you, Positive Noah. Positive Noah is so much better than Negative Noah. Fields' offense is trash. You're live on the Fantasy Football Show.
Yeah, hey Smitty.
Who's this? You're live.
This is Jonathan C.
Jonathan C. What's up, Jonathan?
Yeah,
hey, real quickly before you ask your question, that's Fire says Fields' offense is trash. I don't understand that, bro. How is his offense trash? Have you not been watching what's been going on, bro? The Bears are in prime position to battle it out with the Lions for the division win, bro. Fields' offense has been upgraded. His whole world's been upgraded. This whole Fields is playing for the Bears. He doesn't have any weapons. He's inaccurate. Didn't you see Fields last year when he had no wide receivers, how inaccurate he was? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Fields is going to be a monster, bro. Fields is him. You said Bijan's him, and I've been saying that for a while now. We all agree. But Fields is him too, as well, bro. All right, John, I'm sorry. John, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, sorry, I'm a little hoarse today too, so just kind of forgive my voice.
Me too.
So I just got my first Dynasty league, and I have Tyreek Hill. Okay. I'm trying to decide now with the news of him wanting to retire in 2025. Am I like in panic mode to where I should try to move him? Because there's a guy who has the first round rookie pick that's already been traded. So Bijan's pretty much off the table. I guess the question is he worth dealing for like a second round? I mean, not the second round, but the second overall rookie pick.
Pardon me if this comes off like in a negative way at all. I'm merely just trying to paint a picture and prove a point to everybody, but you are the one we've been talking about, bro.
Yeah. So I had to call.
Yeah. But you're saying I don't want to. I forget what the words you used. I don't want to panic, or what'd you say?
Yeah, I don't want to panic and just
Panic
try to get rid of
panic
him.
on what though?
But,
Panic on what though?
I mean, if we know he's going to retire, plus.
But this is like, and again, please, John, don't take this the wrong way. I'm merely trying to like walk you through it as well. But like, panic over what? That he's retiring 3 years from now? Like, he's not going to be worth anything 3 years from now anyway. So ultimately, nothing's changed. You should do nothing different than you were going to do before you heard this news. Dude, 2023, 2024, 2025, then he steps away and he could still change his mind. But even if he did change his mind, I don't know that he's worth anything in 2026, bro. So sure. No, second rounder. You're the person that I'm trying to convince all of the people in here to go target. This is why I did the live stream. This is good, John. John, you're helping more people right now than you know. Like, so please understand that. But this is why I did the live stream. My brain says this isn't even news. And I almost didn't go live on it. And I thought to myself, you know what? So many people are talking about it. I am like a barometer, bro. I know when I need to go live on something. When I get DMs and messages and I read comments and I'm getting bombarded by irrational questions to something I feel like is not a big deal. But like, then I know this is a topic I got to go live on. Why? Because there's something here. There's something here that people are going to freak out about. There's something here people aren't going to see objectively. You're literally saying you don't want to freak out, but should I get a second rounder? Bro, you are the target. Everyone in here, I'm telling you, go get Tyreek Hill from somebody freaking out like John right now that doesn't see 3 years of value. Like,
well, okay, well, look, this is my first Dynasty.
Yeah.
I've never played Dynasty in my life.
I gotcha.
It's like I don't want to have a guy who's going to talk about retiring. And the thing is, if you're talking about retiring now, do you think something's going to happen with your hamstring this year or something?
That's what people are going to.
Does he know something that we don't know?
That is the attack point. That's the attack point. Somebody out there is going, oh, like I said with the megaphone, bro, earlier. I said Bob's out there going. If you rewatch the show too, if you missed some of it, is Bob's out there going, he's retiring. Is there something wrong? Maybe I need to get rid of him. And so, my advice to you, John, is let the wheels fall off before you go trade him away for a second round pick, bro. Not second round, second overall. Like, go for the guy with the second overall pick is offering, like, he's looking for trades. I'm like, second overall. Okay.
And I didn't even think twice about, my team, but I went on YouTube and then saw your stream come up like Tyreek Hill retiring 2025. I said, oh.
Okay, I didn't hear you say second overall. I'm sorry. Second overall. I still feel
second overall, not the second round pick.
I still feel like
not a second round pick.
I still feel like your not wanting to panic comment does fit this mold, but I apologize. I thought you said second round pick.
Yeah, no, the second round.
Okay.
Because the first overall has been traded already, so that's off the table. So there's a second overall pick.
Okay.
The guy's like, well, I'm looking for trades.
Then I would definitely take the one. So the 1.2 guy will give you the 1.2.
I mean, if I'm offering Tyreek Hill and he doesn't know, like the news I'm hearing right now, he's looking for offers. So not saying he would take it, but if I'm being a package.
Which is so weird. Like I said, this is why I went live, though. It's so weird that this news would trigger someone to not do a trade, but it would. It might, bro. That's the whole point of this. The psyche of the psychology behind fantasy football and all that. Again, I'm sorry. I thought you said second round. I must have misheard you. No. But I do think the ability to, like, do I panic or I don't want to panic, or no one should be panicking at all. You should be holding Tyreek or trading him on the high if you can. I do agree with you. I think if he was tempted to do it before this news is going to make him feel, it does something to your mind, bro, when you're like, oh, I'm going to retire. Well, when are you going to retire? No earlier than anybody expected, but I'm going to announce I'm retiring. And then it's just like nobody wants him. No, like, this guy's probably not going to do it, but you could send him the offer. I would take the 1.2. I would take the 1.2 in a heartbeat for Tyreek. But that's not because of this news. That's not because of this news. It's because I'm going to get Jahmyr Gibbs or I'm going to get JSN. And I just like that better. I like that better. Do I give up Tyreek Hill for the 1.4 or 5? Probably not. Not if you're in win now mode. Not if you can win right now. If you can't win right now, you need to figure out some ways to maybe get some value out of it. Sure.
Can I tell you what the Dynasty team that I drafted in my 12-team league? Can I tell you what I'm working with?
Yeah, let's hear it. Go.
Okay. Quarterback, we got Joe Burrow. Okay. Running backs, okay. Cam Akers, Tyler Algier, all right. Tyreek Hill, T. Higgins. Tight end, I got Dallas Goedert, Goddard. Flex, got 2 flexes. We got Devontae Smith, Tyler Lockett, and I got Patriots defense and Graham, no kicker. And I got a pretty long. We got a ton of people on the bench.
I'm sorry. Hold on. What would you say it was? Can you repeat who you have after? You said you have Devontae Smith.
Oh, Tyler Lockett. He's the second flex.
But you have Smith. Okay, Smith and Lockett.
Yeah. This is a 12-team league, Dynasty, half-point PPR. And also the quarterback can throw 6-point touchdowns in this league.
Okay. So you got Cam. I don't know, and this is the one where you have Tyreek Hill. So, yeah, I don't know that this team is winning the championship. I don't it's not a bad team.
But I don't know if it's winning either.
Yeah, I
some things could have been different. I
What's
mean,
that?
when you got Cam Akers as your starting running back, it's like
is it a 12 team?
Yeah, 12-team.
Yeah. If I were you,
So it got steep real fast.
Yeah, the trade pieces here. Unfortunately, Devontae Smith is a trade piece because you could sell him high. You could sell him really high. So that's definitely somebody I look to trade. Higgins, I look to trade. Hill, I look to trade. Cam, I look to trade. I keep Burrow if possible. You could always try and trade Burrow too, but you'd have to get the value that I don't think you're going to get because somehow, some way, people are undervaluing Burrow still. But I mean, like, ideas would be going after Watson, going after London, going after Olave, going after the 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, trying to get your hands on a Gibbs and Charbonnet over a Cam and Lockett, trying to get your hands on a Gibb or Charbonnet using Algier and Lockett, trying to get yourself into a Watson and a 1.4 for Tyreek Hill and a second-round rookie pick. Trying to trade Devontae Smith for Watson and something. Trying to trade, those are you've got, every time you make a trade, you're going to try and get something extra. Don't do one-for-ones. One-for-ones aren't going to get you where you need to get. You need to, quote-unquote, downgrade into players you quietly like as much as the player you're giving up and get something extra for your next trade. It's kind of like, think of it like real estate. If you're going to buy several properties, you need to make a profit on your first property, right? So if you go and get some kind of small townhome that's going to go like through the roof, it's two units, you buy it, you hold it for a second, fix it up, whatever, then you sell it for more, you get 2 pieces or you get more, then you take that and you get more, and you keep going in that direction. So this is the same thing here. You got to trade, like, you could trade 2 players for 1, but get 1 better player. So Cam and Lockett for 1 better player. I do that in a heartbeat. I do that for the 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. Algier and Cam, Algier and Lockett, same thing. Hill for Watson and something. Higgins for Olave and something. If you can even pull that off, you might not be able to pull that off. Higgins for Watson and something. Devontae Smith could get you Watson and potentially a late first-round pick move up, or a second-round pick move up to the first to the high first. Like, you need to attack all those.
I'm at the 1.9 now. The 1.9 for the rookie draft.
Yeah, so trading the 1.9 up to a 1.2, 1.3 using an Algier, using a Cam Akers, using a Lockett. All possible things. Trading Devontae Smith into Watson and moving your 1.9 to 1.2 or 1.3.
Yeah. I mean, I really like Charbonnet, but I don't think it's going to fall to 9.
Yeah. He's not. If he lands in a great spot, he's going 2 or 3.
Now, I mean, but some of the guys in my draft, I mean, I managed to get a lot of wide receivers. So a lot of those guys are kind of running back heavy. So I was hoping that would work to my advantage for like a trade.
Yeah.
Or just aiming for Charbonnet as like one of my main running backs, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hopefully if he lands on the right team, he can pan out. And then, to me, Algier got hot at the end of the year. Cam Akers got hot at the end of the year.
Trade him.
And so I'm thinking to myself, are they going to get the bulk load? Like, I'm looking for 2023, what can happen next? And Rams don't have much on offense. Cup's coming back off surgery.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to do something with the ball. So I'm thinking Cam Akers, it might be his time now. They might be like, you know what, we got rid of Darrell Henderson. Let's see what you can do. Let's see what you got.
Maybe
he did pretty good last year.
Maybe I'm selling him. I'm selling him off of that upside. But you know, you could write it out, but make sure you sell high because there is a sell high opportunity there. But I just don't know. I don't know you're gonna get. You got to make some moves. But hey, call back. I got to jump on to the next one. But call back if you got any trades you want to run by me. But I would start working some trades. You got to make some moves. Start building for the future. You know, even if it's getting a whole bunch more draft picks for 2024, even, you know, stockpiling. Like if you could turn some of this into Marvin Harrison Jr., you know, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
All right, bro. Call back.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
All right, appreciate it.
Later. All right, let's take one more caller, 1 or 2 more callers, and then we're out of here for the moment. This mindset is not winning. Don't rely on Akers. I know. This team's not winning, and Akers is not a guy I trust at all. I'm trading every single one of these players except for Burrow. I even trained Devontae Smith only because I think you can get a lot for him right now. He's going in like the 2nd round at Dynasty startups, so you could use that. It's not that I don't like him, but you can use that. You need to use what you can to get cheaper players. You need to turn Devontae Smith into Christian Watson, and you need to do it right now because it's going to get you more. You're going to have more to play with and work with for your next trade. So Devontae Smith to Christian Watson. That would be my number 1 move for you, John, if you're still listening. Devontae Smith for Christian Watson and some. And maybe you could turn Cam. Maybe you can do 2 for 2. Devontae Smith downgraded into Christian Watson, and that affords you to move Cam up to a little bit better player, or Algier up to a little bit better player, or Lockett up to a little bit better player. That's what I do, bro. In a millisecond. Appreciate you all. I'll see you later. I'm sure we'll have more news to break. I'll see you earlier than 7 p.m. if there's something vital that I need to go live on. If not, I'll see you all at 7 p.m. Eastern. Smitty, how do you feel about Cam Akers redraft dynasty running away? I coined this guy the 1st or 2nd most injury-prone player in the NFL coming out of his rookie year. And I'm not saying I predicted his Achilles tear, but what does he do? Tears his Achilles immediately. He's the most injury-prone running back, and he's coming back from an Achilles tear, which we've never seen a running back return to top 10 form ever after an Achilles injury. Ever. And we saw him and James Robinson both drag their legs all year. And yeah, he started to come back to form a little bit, but Cam will be the first player to ever become a top 10 running back again, or ever become one, period, after an Achilles tear. I'm betting against that. And if it happens for 1 year, and we're talking dynasty here, who cares? I don't think he's going to stay healthy on the long term. I didn't think he'd stay healthy coming out of his rookie year, let alone now off of an Achilles tear. So get rid of Cam Akers immediately. I'll see you all on the next one. Appreciate you. The fantasy football country, let's ride. Saquon or ETN, that's a tough one. I think there's arguments to be made for both sides. B-Man says 1.9 and Hill for Watson in the 1.2. That would be ideal, bro. John, that would be ideal. Later, Travis. Later, B-Men. Later, Space Ricky. Later, Thomas. Later, Hod. Later, all chill, no skill. Later, Klondike. Klondike, the Fantasy Football Show country. Let's ride. Later, Mike. Later, that's fire. Rank these in the chat. T-Law, Bijan, Hall, Olave, Ridley, Rashad White, Hawkinson. Bijan, Hall, Olave. I mean, I'm assuming this is one QB. Then probably T-Law, Hawkinson, or Hawkinson, T-Law, then Ridley, I guess. Fields to the moon is correct.